A very delightful morning to all my loving students. This is Alpna Shukla, and once again I welcome back to you all in biology class. As we are learning about the biological classification, so today we are going to learn about the osmosis. The predominant stage of the life cycle of a moss is the gametophyte, which consists of two stages. The first stage is the protonema, and secondary stage the leafy stage, which develop from the secondary protonema as a lateral word. They consist of upright, slender axis bearing the spherical arranged leaves. Vegetative reproduction in the mosses is by the fermentation and budding. In the secondary protonema, in sexual reproduction, the sex organ antheridia and the archnegonia are the produced at the apex of the leafy shoot. Now pteridophytes. They are the first terrestrial plant to possess vascular tissues, xylem and the phloem. The pteridophytes are the found in cool, damp, shady places, though the some may of flourishes well in the sandy soil conditions. In pteridophyte, the main part body of the sporophyte, which is the differentiated into root, stem, and leaf. These organs possess the well differentiated vascular tissues. The leaf in the pteridophytes are the small, as in flagella, are large as in ferns. The sporophytes wear the spongia. They are the subtended by the leaf like the open rays called the sporophytes. The spongia produce spores by the meiosis in the spore's mother cell. The spores germinate to give rise the incapricious small bud, multicellular, free living, mostly photosynthetic thalite geminophytes called the pteridophytes. The geminophyte wear the male and female sex organ called the antheridia and the archegonia. Specifically, water is required for the transfer of antherides. The male gametes are released from the antheridia to the mouth of archegonia. Fusion of male and female gamete with the egg present in the archegonia result in the formation of zygote, and zygote therefore produce a multicellular well differentiated sporophyte, which is the dominant phase of the pteridophytes. In majority of the pteridophytes, all the spores are the similar kind. Gymnosperms. The gymnosperms means gymno means necked and sperm is seed, are plant in which the ovals are not enclosed by an ovary wall and remain exposed both before and after fertilization. Gymnosperms include medium sized trees or tall trees and herb species. The roots are the generally taproot. Root in some genera have the fern association in the form of myosphere. In the stem are unbranched or branched. The leaves may be simple or compound. The gymnosperms are the heteroporous. They produce the haploid microscope and megaspores. The two kinds of spores are produced within spongia, that are the bone on sporophytes, which are the arranged spatially along an axis of to the former legs or the compact staurophytes or cones. Angiosperms. Unlikely the angiosperms, there are the ovals are necked. In the angiosperm, the flowering plant, the pollen grain are the ovals are the developed into the specialized structure called the flower. In angiosperms, the seeds are the enclosed by fruit. The angiosperms are the expectantly large group of the plants. The male sex organ in a flower in the stamen, which stamen consists of the slender filament which is an anther at the tip. The anther flowering moist produce the pollen grain, and the female sex organ in flower in the pistil or the carpel. Pistil consists of an ovary enclosing one of many ovules. The pollen grain germinate on the stigma and the resulting pollen tubes grow through the tissue of the stigma and style that reaches the ovules. And now sporophytic germination is represented only by the one called the zygote. There are no free living sporophytes. Meiosis in the zygote result in the formation of haploid spores. The haploid spores divided mitotically and form a gametophyte. The dominant photosynthetic phase in the such plant in the free living gametophyte, the kind of the life cycle is termed as the haplotonic. Many algae, such as the Volex spongia and the some species of the represent this pattern. Biophyte and the pteridophytes interesting the excellently and the interstated the conditions both the phase and the multicellular. However, they differ in the dominant phase. As you can see in this diagram. So that's all for today. You noted down this all the topics in your copy. Thank you and have a nice